Hi, so now we are to look at how to draw a parabola. So the first two steps that you need to know on how to draw a parabola is number one, you need to identify the X and Y intercepts. And the second step is you need to identify the turning point of the graph. Then you'll be able to draw the parabola. So let's say, for an example, you have x squared minus 2x minus 3, right? So this is your equation and you want to draw this function here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to find your intercepts. So your x-intercept when y is equals to 0, right? So wherever you see y, you're going to put a 0. So in this case, y is this one. So you're going to say 0 is equals to x squared minus 2x minus 3. And then now you're going to factorize. So it's going to be x and x here. And the factors is going to be 3 and 1. And the bigger number takes the sign of the middle term here. So it's going to be negative and this one will be positive. So it's equals to 0. Therefore, x plus 1 is equals to 0, or x minus 3 is equals to 0. Therefore, x is equals to minus 1, or x is equals to 3. So the coordinate form is minus 1 and 0, or 3 and 0. So these are the x-intercepts of the function. Now, let's find the y-intercept when x is equals to 0. So wherever you see x, you're going to put 0. So it's going to be y is equals to 0 all squared minus 2 into 0 minus 3. So obviously here it's going to be 0 and here it's going to be 0. Therefore, we'll remain with these 3 here. So it's going to be y is equals to 3. So in coordinate form, it's going to be 0 and 3. So now we're having our intercepts. The y-intercept when x is 0, the x-intercept when y is 0. Now we have to identify the turning point of the function. So because we're having this standard of equation here, so to find the turning point of the function, we're going to use x is equals to minus b over 2a. So this comes from the y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So x is equals to minus b over 2a. So what is our b according to this equation here? Our b here, it's the b is the coefficient of x, right? So in this case, it's minus 2. So b is equals to minus 2. And then our a is equals to the coefficient of x squared, which in this case is 1. So it's going to be 1. So x, so let me use the same color. So x is equals to minus into, so it's minus 2 over 2 into 1. Therefore, you're going to have x is equals to, so this minus will multiply the minus 2, and you have 2 divided by, so this 2 will multiply this 1 here, and then you have over 2, so it's equals to 1. So this is the x value of the turning point. So now let's find the y value of the turning point. So this is the x value of the turning point. So the y value of the turning point, you're going to substitute it to this equation here. So if x is equals to 1, then what is y value of the turning point? All right. So y is equals to, where you see x, you're going to substitute this 1 here. So it's 1 all squared minus 2 into 1 minus 3. So remember, we're using this equation here. Therefore, what you're going to get is 1 here and then minus 2 and minus 3. So 1 minus 5, which will give you minus 4. So your y is equals to minus 4. So in coordinate form for your turning point, it's going to be this 1 here, which is going to be written here. And then it's going to be this 4 here, minus 4, sorry, which is going to be minus 4. So this will be your turning point. So you have your turning point, you have your y-intercept, and you have your x-intercept. Now you can draw your function. So now that we have our x-intercepts and y-intercept together with the turning point, we can easily draw the function. So we're going to first draw our Cartesian plane, and the most important thing, we're going to label our axis. So this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. And then what are our x-intercepts? So our x-intercepts, we're having -1 and 3, right? So here we're going to say -1. Here we can say it's 3. And then what is our y-intercept? It's -3. So you can put in -3 here. So this is your y-intercept. And then this is the turning point. So it's 1 and -4. So this is the x value and this is the y value. So the x value is 1, the y value is -4. So we're going to indicate our turning point first, or we call it the axis of symmetry, which is x is equals to 1, and then we're going to try and align it with the -4 so that we know the end point of our function. So this will be the turning point of the function, which is 1 and -4. Then we know that these are your x-intercepts, -1 and 3, and this one here is your y-intercept. So this is your y-intercept and your x-intercepts here. So these are the points where your graph should pass, and this is your turning point. So when we draw our function, we can start here at the turning point, and then it touches the y-intercept, goes to the x-intercept all the way up. So we don't know where it ends, and then we go back, it comes here, sorry, it comes here and passes through the x-intercepts and all the way up. So it might not look really nice, but this is how a parabola function is drawn. Then the most important thing is to label, put some coordinates. So this is -1 and 0, and this is 3 and 0, and then here it's 0 and -3, and I did label my turning point. So we are done for now. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and click that like button below.